Hi everybody, how are we doing today? I'm doing pretty well. It's October 31st. Happy Halloween. It's the end of the month, so you know what that means. And I'm in the kitchen table, so you definitely know what that means. It's my wax empties video. Yes, this is my empties for the month of October. Um, Last month I went through a lot of wax and not a lot of candles. This month I went through a lot of candle wax, but not a lot of melting wax, so that's okay. Kind of the opposite. But I would say I went through like a lot of like candles that take up a lot of time, so I'm pretty happy about that. Um, yeah, I can't believe it's Halloween. It doesn't even feel like Halloween. It snowed here yesterday. We got about 5 inches of snow, so outside looks like January. Temperature wise, it also feels like January. And, with everything going on, there isn't any Halloween festivities happening. Trick or treat got canceled here. So it really doesn't feel like it's Halloween, which is a little bit of a bummer, and Matt's working, so I'm just gonna stay in here and relax with my candles. I made chicken noodle soup last night, so I'm pretty much all on board for Christmas now. It feels like December and January, so that's a positive side of things. So with that being said, I will get started with some candles. The first one that I finished, this is Tonka Bean and Pumpkin by Yankee Candle in the Elevation collection. I don't have the notes for this, unfortunately, but this is the medium 3-wick jar. Interestingly enough, this was my first time burning the 3-wick. I usually get the 1-wick because they're like small and compact, and they actually have like a good amount of throw for the little ones. They pack a bit of a punch, but I really wanted this scent. I bought it last year and I loved it, and this was the only size that they had. So I was like, okay, I'll try the 3-wick. Not too bad. Burn time is about like 30 hours, almost like a Bath and Body Works, but a little bit less. Rolled out nicely. I had no issues with it. It's a really nice, like, greenery pumpkin. It's not a bakery pumpkin, not like pumpkin spice. It's a nice, like, outdoor, like, pumpkin rind, almost, like the skin of the pumpkin, with a little bit of a spice to it. I get a little bit of cinnamon. The tonka is definitely there. Tonka is definitely more of like a greenery spice, not like a spice that you would eat in a cake. So it had a little bit of a spice, but it wasn't like, oh, I want to eat this kind of spice, which was nice for a change, because the majority of pumpkin candles these days are like really, really sweet bakery pumpkin. So it was a nice variety compared to the other pumpkin candles that I have. And got it last year. I loved it. Throw was about a 7. It was pretty good. Usually the elevations from Yankee do perform pretty well. In the beginning, there was issues with the pulling out because of the jar style, but I believe they fixed the wicks for it. But if you see this candle, I do recommend it if you like pumpkin, especially if you like outdoorsy, like pumpkin patch kind of scents. This was pretty good. Next one, I have a Bath and Body Works. This is the only Bath and Body Works candle I finished this month, surprisingly enough, and that is banana cream pie. The notes are banana slices, whipped cream, scoop of peanut butter, cookie crumble crust, try saying that 5 times fast, and essential oils. This came out fall of last year, and it didn't come back. But I bought this the winter semi-annual sale, and I was like, okay, I'll just save it for fall, because I do like banana scents, but banana scents are pretty hard to do. My favorite banana scent is Yankee Candle's Banana Nut Bread, which I wish they brought back this year, but they didn't. This one was okay. The best way I can describe it is that it smells just like this picture. I really do get a heavy amount of whipped cream. I don't get peanut butter, but I do get like a chopped peanut, like chopped walnuts, chopped peanuts, like the top of a banana split. That's what it smells like to me. I don't really get a crust note at all. I really wish there was, like one in blueberry pie. That would have been fantastic. But because there's like a lack of an actual gourmand note, it smells more like a banana, like the banana custard, rather than the actual pie. But it was good. It was very, very sweet though, like really sweet. The banana is kind of chemically artificially sweet. I can see why people hate this candle and it didn't come back, because there isn't really like a pie note in here. If they did, this would have been amazing. But I didn't hate it. I did like it. I like the cream. But yeah, it really did smell like the top of a banana split, like a banana split sundae. But it wasn't bad. I did finish, I don't know where the lid went. I did finish Maple Pancakes by Yankee. I did do a review on this, so if you want to check that out, there'll be more detail about how this candle is, but I did enjoy it. I was really happy with it. Look how wet it is. Like, that right away tells you how good. It was a lot more oil than this, the last couple burns, but yeah, wow, I can smell that from here. I don't know where the lid is, but yeah, this is a pretty solid maple scent. I really did enjoy it. I had this with this Alumalid on, which, by the way, this is a really good working Alumalid. It really does trap the heat really well. So if you're on the lookout for an Alumalid, I just got it for the design, but performance-wise, this is a good working one. And I had the candle on my matching Hurricane, and it pulled out really nicely. It was hot. No soot, thanks to the Alumalid. But yeah, throw, I would give it like a 6.5, 7. There were times where it was a little bit lighter, but towards the end is where the oils were really jammed in there. So the last 3 burns were probably the strongest for the candle. But I would definitely pick, if I see another one, I might pick it up again. I did enjoy it that much. So yay, we love a good Yankee Candle. I have all different kind of brands today. This is great. I have maybe like 1 or 2 burns left of Woodwick, Suede, and Sandalwood. I don't have the notes for this, but this one I was surprised by. I was actually pretty disappointed in this one. I don't know if this is still out. I think it is. I know they released like 6 or 7 fall scents, so I don't know if this one's still on the shelves or not. But it is what it's basically Suede and Sandalwood, and I do get Amber in here too. I definitely get more Sandalwood than Suede. That might be why it performed very light for me. Usually Suede is strong, and Sandalwood not so much, but there's definitely way more Sandalwood in here than Suede. I was under the impression I thought this was going to smell more like the Denim Candle, which I loved, or, you know, their other like musky scents, because usually those perform really well. But yeah, this one was like, I would say like a 3 or a 4. I really didn't get any throw out of this. Probably the weakest Woodwick to date, which really surprised me. I hope they're not going downhill because of Yankee, because I know they bought them. So I hope their performance isn't being affected by this. But usually Woodwicks, I have like no issues with the throw. They usually perform really solid. So for this one to be light, I was really sad about it. So I don't recommend this one. This one's really light. If you do ever see Denim, some SAS, they usually have it. That one's amazing. Or even like their Driftwood one is super good. I haven't tried any of the new ones, but I really want to try. They have a vanilla toffee one that sounds good. Black peppercorn, maybe. Lavender and cedar, that one smelled really good. Even though I'm not a big lavender person, but that one did smell really nice. So yeah, their new ones seem to be okay. I think it was just, might have been that scent. I don't know, but yeah, really, really light. And then my last candle, Kringle Candy Corn. I'll move it. There you go. The gang's all here. This was my first Kringle candle. I got this back in July, and it came like 3 days before October. And I pretty much burned this every single day until 2 days ago when I finally finished it. I wanted to get a scent that I know would smell like, because this, like I said, this was my first Kringle candle, so I wanted to be like, I get a safe scent, so that way, like, even if it doesn't perform well, at least I'll like the smell. I don't have the notes for this, but on cold, it pretty much just smelled like a vanilla caramel fragrances, you know, a typical candy corn scent, nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe a little bit of like a molasses in here, but this one was really light. Even in the kitchen, like right here, this is where I burn. My candles aren't doing so well. I really didn't get a lot out of it. And I don't know if it's just because it's a candy corn scent or not, but this, I would give it maybe a 2 or a 3. I was really like, wow, this has no scent to it at all. Even on cold, it was light. And I wanted to like it because, 1, I paid so much money for it. 2, I pretty much got it for the hype. And 3, I waited 3 months to get this. Well, 2.5. Yeah, this was the inside. As I think you can see here. This did soot a lot. I wasn't sure whether to trim the wicks or not, so I didn't. This was a sooter, a really big sooter. It's 2 wicks, so I mean, I'm not surprised that it did. But the good news is that because it's a black jar with black wax, you really can't tell that there's soot unless you put it under bright light or if you look at it when it's burning. So you don't really see the soot, which is, I guess that's a plus. But it pulled out really nicely, quick, evenly, no issues there. I just wish it was a little bit stronger. I don't think I'm gonna, not buy Kringle ever. Well, not buy Kringle ever again. I might pick another one up next year. Maybe the apple one, or what is the one that everyone was talking about? The Black Cat, I think there's a Black Cat one. I should have got the apple one. I was torn between this one and candy corn. I guarantee the apple one was probably 10 times stronger than this, but if you, next year, because this one always comes back, I would probably consider getting like a different scent because this one was very light. And I've had candy corn scents in the past. I've had Yankee Candle's candy corn, Woodwick did a candy corn, DW Home did a candy corn, and I might be missing a couple. But out of all the candy corn scents that I've ever had, this one was the lightest one. And I actually thought it was going to be a stronger one, but oh well, it's okay. I did like how it performed, with the scent taken out of the equation. So I know that they're good wax and that they burn well and good wicks. So I think I'm just going to buy one that's I know is going to be stronger. But next year I will probably get another one. Alright, that is actually all I have for candles. It may not look like a lot, but this took 100 so hours. That took about 80 hours. So I wanted to at least get these 2 done by the end of the month, especially since that's a Halloween one. So yeah, I usually don't go through large jars that often. So 2 in a month for me anyway, just by myself, not too bad. I also finished, I didn't know whether to put this in video or not, but I did do a box of tea lights. This was in steamed vanilla milk. This came out last Christmas, and I love it. I wish they brought it back. They don't bring any of the scents I like back. Oh, you know what Starbucks, when you get the cold foam with like a little bit of a spice topping? That's what it smells like. I thought this was going to be like, when I first saw steamed vanilla milk, I was like, ew, milk scent? Like, that doesn't sound appealing whatsoever, but it's a really nice, like, foamy, frothy milk, almost like eggnog. A little bit toned down on the spice. Eggnog is a little more sweeter, but I love this one. I had it in the candle. I have another box of tea lights that I don't want to use now because I know it's not coming back. Votives. Oh, I love this one. This one was really, really good. I did do a melt cup, even though I don't have a melt cup warmer. I just cut it up and then put it in the burner because this was the only thing they had in this scent. Oak and Amber Incense. Oh my god. Again, I wish they brought that one back. I think it's online though. But oh, I love oak. Oak's one of my favorite woods. And I like amber apparently. This one was so good. Kind of similar to the dried lavender and oak that came out last fall, which I believe returned again. But without lavender, it's amber. So it's that same oak note, that really rich, smoky oak with amber. So it's a sweeter interpretation of that scent, and I loved it. It's like a good mix of smoky, but a little bit of cologne-y, but a little bit of sweetness. Oh, there's like a lot going on with the simplicity of this melt, and I loved it. I had a candle of it last year. 2 large jars, actually. I went through 2 large jars of this. That's how much I loved it. And I was at Yankee SAS when they reopened again back in like July, and they only had this, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get it anyway, but I wish they had more. But I believe it's online. Last time I checked, but that could have been a couple weeks ago, so I don't know. But if you ever see this in your store, oh my god, please get this. And it throw. Even in the large jar, it performed actually better than the maple pancakes did. It was really, really strong in the 1 wick. I don't know about the 2 wick, but the milk cup, it performed pretty well too. I would give it like a 7. It was really, really good. Oh, I was gonna save it, but I don't have anything in that scent anymore. I'm really sad. I gotta find it, maybe on eBay. And then I have a few tarts. There's a couple missing here. I think I'm missing 2. So I do apologize for that. I try to keep it all in the same place, but with my fiance and everything, it misplaced somehow. I have French vanilla in the tart. I was just in a sweet vanilla mood. It was okay. Maybe like 5, but it's vanilla. I don't have much to say about it. And then I have Santa's cookies. I actually just did this one the other day. Let me see if you can see the label. If it'll focus. There we go. This is in the new Magical Christmas Morning collection. And I almost got the candle of it, but I'm actually a little happy that I didn't. I got absolutely no scent out of that whatsoever. Very, very light. On cold, it's different than Christmas cookie. Christmas cookie is a lot more crisp. This one is more of like a fluffy, almost like a sugar cookie with the icing on it. It has that like fluffiness, but it's really heavy on like the molasses. So it's it's a different cookie, definitely. But I also get a bit of like pine or something in here, which threw me off a little bit, but I wanted to try it just for the sake of trying it, and yeah, no, I don't like it, and I got no scent out of it, so don't recommend. And then I wanted to try, oh, actually, before I move on to these, I did do a votive in Mystic Moon. That was one of the Halloween scents that came out. I also have Jack-o'-lantern that I just found last time I went to the store. They only had one. So a votive in Jack-o'-lantern exists. I didn't know that it did, but it exists. Or was it Trick or Treat? No, Trick or Treat was last year. I think, yeah, it's Jack-o'-lantern. I will melt that tonight and see how that goes, because I forgot about it until now. But Mystic Moon is not in my wheelhouse, but I wanted to try it anyway. Obviously, I didn't get the candle of it. But it's very patchouli heavy. So if you like patchouli, really good scent to have. But it's like a patchouli with a little bit of an apple note to it. And a lot of like greenery, like leaves type scents. It's a really nice blend of walking through the woods with a lot of patchouli and a little bit of fruit. That's the best way I can explain it to you. It melted okay. I would give it about a 5 in the throw. Not light, but not high in the throw either. It's kind of in the middle. But if you like those like woody, smoky, spooky scents, it wasn't bad. I'll give it that. But it's not something that I would burn outside of the holiday season, so to speak. All right. And then I wanted to try these new wax melt singles. I don't know if you've seen these yet, but they did change the packaging of the tarts. So they're actually no longer released like this. They are released like this. They're a different wax. Oh, this is stuck on me. They're a different wax. It's a soft wax. It's not a hard paraffin wax like those are. And the packaging is different. The melt time is about the same. They're the same price, just different formulation and different packaging. I actually am a big fan of the packaging. They're really easy to come out of this, because usually what I have issues with these is that they crumble and fall apart, especially with the older ones, the older that they get. This one just comes right out, so that's easy. And I also like that there's a hole in there to smell. Sometimes, like with these, the hole wasn't big enough to smell, or you couldn't really smell it at all because it was mixed with others. So you do get a better sense of smelling it before you're burning it. So I did do Christmas Eve. I love Christmas Eve, my favorite Christmas scent from Yankee. And I mixed it with 'Tis the Season, and I freaking love it. I have more of these, but oh my god, I don't know why I haven't burned 'Tis the Season before by Bath & Body Works. I absolutely love that scent. They're kind of similar. I mentioned that in a previous video. They're in the same family, but 'Tis the Season has more spice to it. But love Christmas Eve. I did cranberry chutney too. I usually only get like 1 or 2 a year. Throw is amazing. Cranberry chutney always performs well. There's never a bad cranberry chutney, but cranberry is just one of those scents that I don't do all the time. I'm not a big fruity scent person in general, but I like to be reminded of cranberries because my mom loves cranberries. We have cranberry sauce every year on Thanksgiving, so I like to do it once in a while for like sentimental nostalgia reasons. But it has a nice mix of sweetness and tartness. But I think all of you know what cranberry chutney smells like, so that was that. Performed very well in the tart. And then the one that I don't have, it's in my burner right now, but I don't know where the wrapper went, is Icy Blue Spruce. That came out 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. It's like that dark greenish blue. It's a really nice pine scent, which is hard for me to say because I don't like pine, but it's like pine and a really sweet eucalyptus, like a minty pine. I like it. It's different. Kind of like cascading snowberries, but cascading snowberries is very strong on the eucalyptus. Icy Blue Spruce is a lot more sweeter. So that's all I have for you this month. Hope you guys have a great Halloween. What are your plans? Are you just gonna stay in like I am? Did you guys burn any Halloween candles? I would love to know. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in November. Don't forget to turn back your clocks because I just remembered that today. Bye, guys.